This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see." Verse 8. And I looked and beheld a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. Our brother Samag from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 7 through 8, is that I came across this article today by The Nation, where the writer or the journalist wrote a piece on how the end of the world is closer than it seems. And the reason why he titled it this way, when you read the article, is that he talks about how all the nations under the sun that are nuclear capable are investing so much money into their nuclear arms, but yet not putting nearly enough into the so-called climate change. And when you read the article, you know, he's very upset because he believes in this climate change nonsense, which we all know that this is of the Lord. The Lord's the one, all right, that is sending the tsunamis, sending in, all right, the floods, sending in the wildfires, sending in the extreme heat to cause the drought, which is causing famine, which is causing civil unrest, instability. But, you know, according to this journalist, he's highly upset and frustrated how all these nations that are nuclear capable are so focused on building more nuclear weapons, putting trillions and trillions of dollars in nuclear weapons, that they're not caring about the climate, so-called climate change. All right, and he goes into how he went to Japan, to Nagasaki, and saw the destruction, and he clearly sees the inevitable. He sees that a nuclear war is coming. All right, because when you read this article, he basically saying nothing makes sense. All right, but see, we hear the prophets of Great Millstone through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It perfectly makes sense. All right, because this is a time of great judgment. This is a time of famine, death. Okay, the sword to kill, beast to tear, because this is all leading up to the day of judgment, which is the nuclear fire. Okay, so yes, the end of the world is closer than it seems because this is of the Lord. All right, the elect have been sealed. Okay, the elect are being sealed. Excuse me, and we're close to the completion. All right. In fact, let me bring that out because that's what led me to this right here, to do this lesson, because I was thinking upon this this scripture when I was reading that article. Revelation 7:1. And after these things I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. Right, this is talking about the nuclear destruction. All right, that's another thing in the article. He says it's got to be a miracle why the world hasn't went into a nuclear war. Yeah, it is a miracle because the Lord is holding back the four winds to make sure the elect is sealed. Okay, which I believe that the elect is sealed, and this prophecy has to play out. Okay, the elect are doing exactly what's required for salvation. They're preaching the word. Okay, they believe on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They're following the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their ability. Okay, they didn't take the thing, all right? And they're waiting on the final prophecy, which is the charagma, all right? So yeah, okay, I believe the elect is sealed, but hey, everything has to play out. And but the point is, that's the reason why, all right, the nuclear destruction hasn't happened, is because, all right, the angels are holding back, all right, so that all the elect are ready to be delivered. 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having a seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. 4, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed, and 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Right, and that's how we know we're getting close to the destruction. We're getting close to the end of the world, because the elect is being sealed. That's why you see what's going on in the world today, okay? The famines, the uproars of the people, okay? All right, the wars are getting bigger, okay? There's more people getting put to death, all right? Because the elect are being sealed. And we're waiting, all right, for the day of judgment, when the nukes fly, Yahushua comes in the chariot, who the world, okay, ignorantly calls UFOs, and Yahushua comes to deliver the elect, all right, of the nation of Israel. Let's go to another, Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Right. Just like it happened in the ancient world. Okay, you had men sighing and crying, the prophets. Okay, and those that were listening to the prophets, sighing and crying all the abominations that be done in the midst, okay, of where? It's really, okay, not only the heathens, especially Esau, Edom, what the fuck he's doing, but also what our people are doing. Majority of people do not want to seek the Lord. Majority of people, all right, are not crying and sighing for what's going on. Okay, that's the why the elect are sighing and crying, because we're seeing that majority of people don't give a fuck about the Lord. They don't care. So that's why we're sighing and crying, because we want the Lord to come, not only to judge Esau, Edom, but to judge these 2/3 dwelling here in Babylon the Great. Okay, and as well as those wicked Israelites that are scattered, okay, in North and Central South America mainly. All right, when I say North America, I'm talking about Canada. All right, Central America. You got the Latin tribes of South America, the Latin tribes. Okay, because majority of them are not sighing and crying. 5, and the others he said on mine, right, and who is the Lord saying go through the mist? He's telling the angels, okay? And that's why you see even now, before the nuclear destruction, the angels are putting in work. You see death angels constantly, all right, putting our people to death. That ain't right. 5, and the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark. Okay, when you go into that word mark, it means exemption, the wa, which means exemption. And begin at my sanctuary. Exemption from what? Judgment. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house, right? So, you know, when you see articles like this, yes, we're at the end of the world and it's getting real close. All right, and the Lord is sealing the elect. All right, and the angels are holding back the nuclear destruction to make sure the elect, all right, are ready for deliverance. And once again, I believe the elect is sealed. Everything just is playing part in terms of prophecy. Okay, because we're living in 2021, a year of hastening on the coming of the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We clearly see what this man is doing with this whole pandemic, and you see, okay, that majority of people still don't give a fuck. So evidently, okay, they already made their decision. So the elect have to be sealed. All right, we're just waiting on them to make that that charagma mandatory. That's all. And this is going to be a test for the elect too. All right? Because we're all going to be tested with that charagma. In fact, let me get that. It said the whole world will be tested. So this is just us playing out our part, showing, okay, that we stood stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai. We didn't bow down to the image of Baal, the image of this beast system, okay, which is the Roman Empire. When you take that chip, you're basically okay with the image of the beast, okay? When you take that charagma. Let me go to Revelation 3 and 10. Excuse me. Oh, I kind of messed that up. Hold up. Revelation 3 and 10. Okay. I guess the internet's acting up. But it's the scripture says, roughly paraphrasing, up. There we go. All right. Yeah, the internet's acting up too. So, Esau, I don't know what the fuck is going on with you. Don't you want your NWO? Better get your fucking internet right. All right? Dumbass. Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right. Including the elect. Okay? Everyone's going to be tried. But guess what? The Lord's going to keep the elect from taking that charagma. Because you don't know what you're going to do when that's presented to you. And that's what we're waiting on. Okay? And then the destruction comes. So that's why I said I believe the elect is sealed. Because we're all got to be tested. All right? But the elect are going to not take that charagma. All right? As the scripture says. Because they kept the word of the Lord's patience. When you go into that word patience, they kept the word of the Lord's patience. The word of my patience, right? It means steadfast endurance. Enduring. Perseverance, right. And the elect are going to have their story to tell when that was presented. Whether they refused it and they are literally walking in the woods or walking on the streets, just basically going, all right, having the angels cover them. Or you have certain individuals that didn't take it and they're still working at the mill. All right? Because scripture does say that one will be grinding at the mill, one will be taken, and one will be left. So there'll be some form of employment for certain individuals. Okay? But they refuse not to take that chip. I mean, the charagma. Lord willing, they don't take this down. And let me get Mark chapter 13, verse 24. But in those days, after the tribulation, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. 25. And the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. Right. It's talking about the nuclear destruction. Okay. 26. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds, Yahweh Shai, who the word English calls Jesus, a so-called black man, coming with his angels. Okay. Also so-called black men. Okay. In spaceships. With great power and glory. 27. And then shall he send his angels and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost part of the earth to the utmost part of the heaven. Right. So this, wherever the elect is scattered at, they're going to be delivered. Okay. Because they didn't take that charagma. All right. And they knew what time they based. Why? Because they knew what time it was. They knew that we were at the end of the world. And they clearly saw it. And they said, whoa, I ain't taking this man's charagma. We're at the end. All right. This man's going down. Esau, Edom. All right. So, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Okay. Yes, we're at the end of the world. Even these journalists can see it. But guess what? Your attitude towards it, the complaining, really doesn't matter. The prophecy stands. All right? Nuclear war is coming. All right? And there'll be more fires, more floods, more famine, more droughts. All right? Prior to that. This is Bible prophecy. This is the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are truth teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there, pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out here. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep fighting. To the few sisters that are watching, keep studying, keep praying. Shalom and abad babal shalom.